Okay, thank you very much, guys. This is ProGraphics once again, and today we are coming to retouch this particular image. I'm the photographer for this particular image, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, try your best to subscribe to my channel, and always remember it's ProGraphics. Okay, let's begin with today's tutorial. As you always know, as we begin with the retouch, you press Ctrl J to duplicate the image. Very important. Now let's look at the highlighting in this image, and let's look at the color grading in this image. Are they okay? It's something that you can work with. You ask yourself, is okay, then you proceed with. But I want us to work on the background a little bit so that it make the work that we are doing more easier. Okay, so I'll not spend much time here. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'll go to camera raw. Okay, so that I'll do some few adjustments in camera raw. Basically, there are less shadows in this image, so let's look at the highlight. The highlights too, they are okay because it's not all that harsh. So let's see. Let me push out the shadows and see. When you push out the shadows, it takes out the contrast in this particular image. So what I'll do is, let me cancel this and let me go to my formula so that we can make this image flat. Then we can continue from there. So I'll come to the adjustment layer over here. Then I'll come to selective color, come to layers. Then from here I'll change the blending option to screen. Sorry, let me change it to screen so you can see it has made the entire image pop. But you can see from this side the highlights over here are too much, so we have to reduce the opacity of the screen that we have created. So you can see that the image is popping out more compared to first. So let's look at the before. This is the before and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. Yes, so that is cool. So Ctrl Alt E to create a stamping layer. Then from here we start with our frequency separation. So I have a lot of actions over here, so let me use this one for the frequency separation. Okay, so as you all know, let me zoom it out. When it comes to applying the Gaussian blur, let me push it down. You apply and check the face where there are texture, so you begin to push it to the time that you don't see the textures again. So I think 6.4 is okay for me, so I click OK, and let me bring this one here, push this one inside. Then let me come to the adjustment layers. Then let me choose my black and white for beginner's sake, so that we can know the difference between the highlight and the shadow. So I crash down the reds so that the blending becomes more easier for us. Good. So let me come here, take off, let me bring this one to the top, take off the texture. Then we have this, come and choose the load. Then I come for the mixer brush. So you can see my settings over here. The wet is 10, the load is 20%, the mix is 50%, 25. So that is it. So let's begin with the frequency separation. So you begin to apply. Now you do it according to how the shape of the face is, and we are blending, we are not mixing. If you are mixing, then I'll be doing something like this, but this time around we are blending, we are not mixing. Okay, so we'll be going this way, so going that way. So you just lift up your hand so that you don't mix the highlights with the shadows. It has to be done separately. So you can see, I come over here. Don't worry, it looks like we are losing texture, and that's how it's supposed to be. The more it looks like we are losing texture, the more or the better it becomes. So don't worry about that one. So you have to ask yourself that what is the next stage of what you are doing. Now when you look at the colors over here, the colors look of more bright. Okay, this one is brighten a skin tone too. So let's try to create something out of the blues with the same black and white. Let's try to change the blending option. Because of her texture, a skin color, we can't give her melanin. Or maybe if you want to try your hands on it, fine. But with a skin color, we can't give her melanin. So let's go to somewhere like soft light. Then let's bring the opacity down a little bit. So see before, after. I don't know if you can see from my end. So before, after. Okay, I think I have to correct something over here. It looks like this side is not going on well. So let's bring it down totally. Then from here we come back to our selective color. We choose this. I have some presets over here. Let's apply that preset. So immediately we apply the preset, you can see that the vibrance of the colors and the yellows in her skin has been corrected. Okay, so you can see the yellows has been corrected, and that's what we actually need here. Good. So from here, let's jump in again. Let me group all these ones. Then let's see the before, and let's see after. Before and the after. Then I come to adjustment layers again. Then I come to color lookup. From here, I have a lot of color lookups over here. So we are going to try them one after the other. The ones that we see that it might fit what we are doing, we just maintain that one and we use it for the day. I think this skin tone too is not bad. Okay. Oh, this one too is not bad. It look nice. It look nice. It look nice. It looks nice. It looks nice. Okay, so we'll be changing to the time you get. Oh, this one too is not bad. Okay, so we have this one. I have another one too over here that I mostly use. Okay, this one too is cool. Okay, so you can see this one too is cool, but let me go to the one that I mostly use. So I think it's this one, the Fujitsu, the last but one, this one. Good. But looking at this, to me it doesn't look well to this particular picture. Or let's reduce it a little bit and see. Okay, I think it's okay. Then the next thing that we are going to do is, we shouldn't forget the black and white. We bring the black and white so that we do some amount of dodge and bend. So we have to bring black and white. Okay, then we are going to crash again like this. Then we are going to do dodge and bend. This time around we are not going to use action, we are going to create our dodge and bend. So you come to curves, then we push it up. Okay, so this one will be our dodge. So let's name this one dodge. Okay, then we come again, come to adjustment layer, curves, then you push from the center, you push it down like this, then you name it bend. Okay, so after you are done with this, let's turn off the black and white, push it up, then Control I to invert the layer, Control I to invert, bring back your black and white. Then let's push this one up. Let me use my normal brush instead of the wet brush. then increase the size of my brush. And from here I'll change the opacity to 1, sorry, the flow to 1, the opacity will be 100%. Then I'll start with the dodge. The dodge simply means that where you see highlight, you begin to paint. So since it's a black mask, we have to use a white brush. Okay, so we start from here. It will look like it's not working, but trust me, it's working. So we apply here, then we come here, we apply here. Okay, so wherever you see that there is light or a highlight, you apply the dodge. So when you look at it very carefully, you can see there are some whites within the blacks over here, but this one there's no white. That means that the dodge that we did is working. So let's see before, after. So it has worked. So let's come to the bend and let's do the same thing. Let's bend this side and bend here. Someone will ask, so why do we do the dodge and bend? We are doing the dodge and bend so that there will be contrast in the image that we are working on. Very important. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, try your best to subscribe to my channel. And remember, it's always pro graphics. Very important. So let's group this one, then name it D and B. That is dodge and bend. So before, after. So let's take off the black and white, and let's look at what we have done. So before and after. So you can see before, after, before, after. Good. Now the next thing is teeth and eye whitening. Teeth and eye whitening. So today I'm going to use the normal form of which I use in whitening my teeth and my eyes. Good. So let me group this one once again. Then Control Alt Shift E. Then I create a stamping layer. Then from here, what I'm going to do next is so simple. I come for my laser tool, then I zoom in. Always when you are doing this, the feather should be 1 so that you'll be able to select it well. So I'll draw from this side, then I'll draw it this way. I'll come here, draw from this side. Yes, so you can see. Then I come to the teeth, I do the same thing. So guys, you can see I draw, I draw, I draw, I draw. Okay, then let's use the hue and saturation. So you come to hue and saturation here, then we pull the saturation down so you can see. So since we have the hue and saturation layer over here, we can paint in at any moment. So you can see when I paint in, you can see the effect. Good. So that is, so if there are some portions that you intended not to clean, you can see the cleaning has been successful. Okay, but we need those colors in over here, so we have to paint them back. Okay, bring those colors back because we need it. So we come here, we do the same thing here, we do the same thing here. Okay, because of the contact lens that she wore. Okay, so you can see we have this now. So let's compare this, the before and the after, and let's see what you have done. Before and after, before and after, before and after. So you can see that a whole lot of work has gone into this particular editing. Now the last but one that we do is you still come for the black and white. Very, very important. again. Then let's push down the reds. Then let's come to adjustment again and choose solid color. Then we click OK. Then let's Control I invert. Then increase the size of our brush. Then we begin to add some glow to the image. So let me punch in once like this, another one. Then reduce the size of my brush. Then draw a vertical or a perpendicular line on the nose or the nostril, any of them. Okay, so you can see we have added the glue to it. So let's take off the black and white. Then we go to the blending options for this. Then we shift the under layer. So when you see that it starts to dissolve, right, we pause over there, then press on Alt so that it divides it into two, then shift it to the other side. So you can see what we are having now. Okay, so with this, it's too much. Okay, so we have to reduce the opacity a little bit like this. I've gone too much, so you can see before, after, before, after, before, after. Good. So we have done that. So from here, okay, so let's try to add some small contrast to it. So let's come to the levels. You can use levels or you can use curves, so any of them. So let's try the levels. Then let's push the blacks a little bit, then the highlights or the mid-tones. Then here's the highlight. So let's push it back a little bit. Let's zoom in here. Then see before, after, before, sorry, before, after, before. Okay, so guys, the last thing that we do that will bring this tutorial to an end is we add some sharpening to this image. So Ctrl Shift E to create a stamping layer. We do it again, Ctrl J. Then we come to filter. Then we come to filter. We come to others. We come to high pass filter. Then this time around, I'm going to make it 2. Then I click OK. So from here, I change the blending option to linear light. So you can see before. So let me bring down the opacity a little bit so that it looks real. Okay, so that is it. Okay, so let me group all. Then let's see before and after, before and after. So guys, this is the end of this tutorial. So if you really like this tutorial, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and always remember Pro Graphics. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.